You're just burning money if you're doing that. So next would be pushing rapid pilots or proof of concepts, prioritizing speed and hype over substance or sustainable value. We're seeing this in the fact that they're having these get to AI quick, approaches out there. Frameworks, they could be technology stacks where they're aligning with different partners, and NVIDIA typically, and other, some of the AI leaders, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, what have you. Excuse me. And they're coming up with, some kind of a pilot or a proof of concept around this framework or technology stack. Those are dangerous because if you have a technology stack and you're looking for a problem, that tells me you're going to create an inefficient architecture because you've already pre-built in your mind the solution to the problem when you don't understand what the problem is. And we've seen this for years, by the way. It happened, certainly in the early development stages and some of the object-oriented stuff, if you guys are that old enough to remember that. And then certainly cloud computing and some of the development stacks that have been out there over the years. And the reason they're doing that is because they're looking to sell a product or, something that has substance or visibility into the marketplace, which is easier to sell than services. So I noticed in working with different consulting organizations, when they built something like this, they were pitching it, they were selling it. And the concern to me as an architect was it's certainly going to have some applications in very narrow use cases where that stack is going to be applicable and optimized for that stack. But in many cases, it's going to be a misdirection for many of these enterprises. And they're going to take this technology stack or take this framework and force fit it into a problem domain, which means it's going to be extremely inefficient and you're going to overpay and over engineer those problems in many instances. Obviously very technical, kind of issues that you're considering here, but I see that as a bit of a dangerous thing. If people are out there pushing a particular singular technology pattern, framework, technology stack, in all problems, when that's illogical, it's going to end up in a very inefficient state. If you think about it, we did this 10 years ago and still doing this today in many instances with cloud computing. We push technology, in this case, cloud computing technology, in different applications and different use cases. And we had stacks that we were pushing, financial analysis stack, things like that the cloud providers were selling. And the enterprises bought them because they figured it was going to be the path of least resistance to get to a cloud project. And now in many cases, they're hitting the reset button on those and they're moving those back to on-prem because the cloud stack that they were sold, 10 years ago, whatever, turned out to be, just a huge pig in terms of eating money